Okay, somebody asked me, does Marsha Blackburn have a chance on becoming the governor of Tennessee? And looking at what I'm looking at now, that is a great possibility. Which is, if you support Donald Trump, she can win. But here's the biggest thing that I want you to listen to. She has a greater chance of winning, not because of Donald Trump's policy, not because of what she's doing, because she's doing more harm as a senator than she would be as a governor. She would do more harm because she's approved the big beautiful bill. She approved everything that Donald Trump go along, which is affecting us. You know what I mean? So you gotta ask a question. How can Marsha Blackburn win even though Trump's popularity is at an all-time low? That's a good question. Here's the answer. Tennessee Democratic Party. Tennessee Democratic Party. See, they ain't out here really, getting out here and doing the stuff they need to do. They ain't out here doing that. See, I'm going to tell you something. The Tennessee Democratic Party sabotages people's careers. They sabotage people's elections and stuff. They pick who they want to pick. They do how they want to do. And then, you know what? They still running that same old wagon, that old wagon of kumbaya peace and not doing anything, not fighting. Because you know why they not doing it? Because it's not the party that they're interested in. Most people who are elected Democrats now are young, and it's not about your health care. It's not about your SNAP benefits. It's not about nothing else. It's about what is in it for them. Oh, you've been seeing that for a long time. That's why the voter turnout is low. That's why Hendria couldn't get them 600 people because you know what? They wasn't focusing on the people. They were focusing on themselves. It amazed me when I see somebody taking a picture with an elected official and say, this is my friend, and he doing havoc and hell in a city. Take Paul Young, for instance. Everybody says, Samantha, you don't even live in Memphis. Why are you saying it? Because I got family in Memphis. Paul Young is allowing Elon Musk to run amok on y'all in every kind of environmental hazardous detriment it is known to human society. Then, to make matters worse, they letting a jail. Now the Elon Musk thing is in a black community, but how do you cause so much hell and havoc to the black community? You put a jail there. Two major investments. One of them is to house your children. The other one is to kill you. Make your property value go down. Because you notice they ain't in Collierville or Germantown or Bartlett, That's still all white communities. So they not doing all of that. They doing it in yours. It's called genocide. But you blacks don't get it. And then what makes you think that the companies that Trump is gonna bring back, that everybody's saying bring back the jobs to manufacturing and everything, by the time he does all of that, robots will be in here. So you ain't gonna get no job anyway. You ain't gonna get no job. They already got robotic arms fixing cars, and they found a way and do robotic arms and surgery where the doctor don't even have to be in the operating room. He can just do this and be somewhere, Y'all thinking that these lower paying jobs like manufacturing, working in a warehouse, is gonna come back and they're going to get you to work that job when they already in parts of the world are already working what? Robots. Yeah. They ain't got to pay them no health insurance, no overtime. They can work 24 hours. They ain't got no family. They ain't got no child care. They ain't got no car issues. They ain't got no health issues. You know, they may have little parts worn out that can be replaced. Now, but you don't see that. Now, the Democratic Party has always been about the face, not the fight. You got some folks that have left the Democratic Party and went to be independents. They have went to be Republicans. Because you'll push one agenda on somebody so long that they feel like, no, I don't fit into this group. And the Democratic Party is still running that same old agenda and thinking that it's working. You know, because, you know, let's take for instance, man. You know, come on. You know how important the midterm election is. Here it is, August, going into September. And I promise you, this should be a time when the Democratic Party, or Democrats as they most, should be coming out. But you got folks that know stuff that's going on in the Democratic Party, and the first thing they say is, well, I don't want to call out no names. Then if you don't want to call out no names, you part of the problem. You are part of the problem. If you don't want to call out nobody's name who's messing up the party, or you sitting up here trying to support your friend and you know your friend is doing wrong, then you part of the problem too. See, that's the difference. See, like I told you, Republicans they don't let anybody run in their seats. They have to be groomed to their seat. The Democrats, all you got to do is change your title to Democrat, run as a Democrat. You can be a full-blown Republican and run as a Democrat and win as a Democrat and then go into office and cause hate. But see, people don't believe that we have Republicans that have been, Republicans that been in the state of Tennessee that's basically running our party, running that party, running it just like the playbook of Project 2025, but y'all don't want to believe it. But see, it shows. Democratic Party didn't really support Kamala Harris, but they was up there cheering at the convention. Didn't put down but 2 signs out. I wish I could have told Kamala that, but then you know what? But see, people who get the memo get the memo. But see, Democrats in Tennessee is still worried about power and their sabotage playbook. That's why Marsha Blackburn is going to be governor. Because you know why? Because Democrats can't allow candidates to be freely and support both candidates, help both of them out, let the people decide, and then move forward. Now they decide, and then they tell you who's going to be that way. We haven't had a strong Democrat to run for many of these offices in decades. And yet we still think, it's just strange now. It's strange. Both parties use power to win, but the only thing about it is that the Republican Party is more strategic, where the Democratic Party is more emotional. They don't like somebody done them wrong, instead of them saying, let me put that aside, and if she got a good platform, let me go and see what she talking about. This is business. Politics is a business. It ain't never been personal. Let me go on and find out. No, she hurt my feelings. It says that about a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all black voters. I'm gonna tell you something. I was talking to somebody in Memphis, and I was saying, hey, they're getting this thing together, and you need to go ahead and start this and get with the program. And the first thing came out of that person's mouth was, or you know what, that person did this. Fool, you know what? Get your emotions out of it. If you can you get your emotion, I don't want to fool with that person because I heard. See, that's what's wrong with black folks. They always going by on something, a rumor instead of a fact. Oh, I know I got a lot of rumors on me. Some of them may be true. Some of them may be. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. If I was running, I know a lot of stuff that they would probably use against me. I had a hard life. I sure did. It shows right here, right there. But one thing about it is this right here. Samantha, you could truly say after all the things that Samantha, I could have been bought. There's a lot of situations I could have been in that would have been more scandalous than anything else. But one thing I realize is this right here. I got to get old and I gotta face it. It's going to come back to me and I got to face it. Now, being a Democrat, I'm going to say this. We can sit here and let personal things get between us and let a Republican governor come into office and finish off what Trump is doing to us and be done with it and suffer. Or we got that midterm election that can save us, give us an outcome, and do this. And the thing about it is that I don't put my trust in the Democratic Party anymore. Not the chair, not the state chair. I don't, because they just getting a check. When you don't see nothing coming out, and they doing the same thing. Cause see, our chair, I had hopes for her too. She's a black woman, but then I started realizing that, you know what, she's straddling the yellow line because she don't want to upset the white woman that's really calling the show. She's a Trump. I strongly believe Rachel is a Trump. She's a Trump, a MAGA. She's a MAGA. How you gonna be a Tennessee chair and you see the needs and you see the diverse of what is going on? You see how Democrats can overcome. It's been minorities, you know, from not just black but minorities that have applied as a Democrat and ran as a Democrat, and the Democratic Party didn't do nothing, didn't nurture them, didn't support them, didn't endorse them, and they was the only candidates running up against a Republican. Woo, that kind of hit. That's like bad gas. They and it's not just in Tennessee. It's not in just Memphis. It's here in Hamilton County. We had a good candidate, very smart. I think she's from Palestine, or I don't know, but she's from a foreign country. Melanie Shakar, brilliant woman, smart. She was young then. That's what we needed, young Democrats, young ones, to go in there and fight. Not an old one, but a young one. She had a young crew. I was on there and I tried to talk to her, but you know, she listening to a young crew. You know, I'm the new kid on the block in the old way. Hurt my soul, she didn't win. But where was the Democratic Party supporting her? Wasn't nowhere to be found. Wasn't nowhere to be found. Keisha Cheeks would have been the first black woman judge in Hamilton County, Tennessee, Chattanooga. Running up against a Republican. An incompetent. She didn't have no opposer, just like Melanie. Democratic Party should have been going out of their way. You know what they told her? No, we don't endorse candidates. We don't endorse candidates. Knowing that the Democratic Party has less money than the Republican Party. And I believe in my heart, if these two women had the back support that they had, we could have won that. But see, Chattanooga has most of the judges on there are Republican. 90% of them are Republican. City, county judges, Republican. We don't have no black ones. Chuck been the congressman here for God knows how long. Republican. He trying to get Marshall's seat. And can't find a worthy candidate. It ain't that you can't find a worthy candidate. It's that the party don't support our candidates. Then they get somebody to come in and they don't like, or somebody that's bucking the system that they don't like. That's Dr. Carnita Atwater. Then they go up, they make sure they don't support it. They make sure that if she wins, she gonna win by herself. But then they gotta throw a catch in the game. They gotta throw a monkey wrench in there. Gotta throw a monkey wrench. So they go find one of their friends to run against them. They go, yeah, that's old politics. Instead of saying, you know what, we need to groom, we need to see what can we do, what are we doing? Because see, it's not about them, it's about us. Because see, when the mess go down, it's gonna hit the poor people first, the people who ain't got no money first. It's gonna hit us first. It ain't gonna hit nobody else first. It's gonna hit us first. You see all them deals that they made with Elon Musk and all of that. See, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. So right now, I've been writing blue states and stuff and telling them that, you know what, we need help. We do. We need help. We're in a 911 crisis. But unfortunately, to the black folks in Tennessee, it's business as usual. See, it ain't going to affect that politician until, his mama get cut off of social services, or better yet, he don't win an election, or better yet, his 401k get messed up, or better yet, the constituents don't have faith in him no more. Yeah, see, then that's when it's gonna hit folks that elected. And then we have lastly but not least, we had a former chair that said that people Hendrea, who said that people shouldn't run for office to collect a paycheck. Well, the city councilwoman, she has a job as a city council. So the only person he could be actually talking about is Dr. Carnita Atwater. This is the only person I think he's talking about. She's running for governor. Black woman. Got her own little black museum. That's a good question now. Because you was a black man that was supposed to be bringing up the votes, especially in the black community. You didn't do that, but you was paid $93,000 to do what? For 4 years, 2-year term. You didn't do it. You didn't increase the vote. Everything stayed the same. So wait a minute. But you say you raised money. Yeah. But what good is it having raised money? I guess you had to raise your paycheck. But what good is it to raise the money and the voter turnout? You didn't use it for voter registration things. You didn't use it to do media advertising, telling people how important voting was and how important it was to vote for Kamala Harris and how you need to get out and vote. Because you thought it was going to run themselves. Yeah. He told me I need to stay off my meds. He said I'm off my meds when I'm talking like this. I need to get off my meds. Oh, wow. Maybe you need to get on some meds. Maybe you need to take that one of the Matrix pills to wake up and realize that, you know what? You was just a warm body and a chick. Maybe you need to do that. Yeah. We got another person in there that ain't doing nothing. You don't hear from her. This would have been a good time to show unity if she had been at the Black Caucus. That's our current chair. Because after all, black people don't hear that they don't have no trust in the Republican Party. The same folks they have events all the time, and the majority of the people are the same folks that you see every day at the same event. We got almost a 40-year-old man in the Young Democrats. 40. He almost 40, 30-something years old. Almost 40. I thought the Young Democrats started like when they in their 20s. You heading to your 40s and you still in the Young Democrats. Still running the Young Democrats. That's how bad it is. They got a new guy now. I don't know how old he is. I'm going to find out. So that question that you asked me, could Marsha win? Yeah. Because see, black folks don't know how to take their personal feelings out of something and try to make it right. No, they got to keep their feelings in it and they got a little bit of power. They got to keep their feelings in it. You know, they got to do, it ain't business of trying to look at who's what and what is what. No, they got to, they got to they use their power for a personal reason. Sound like Trump. And that's how she gonna win. If we don't change, that's how she got a better chance of winning that seat as Congress, as governor, because black folks don't have enough integrity, common sense in the Democratic Party to look at everybody's situation. Now they got to look at their own damn situation.